guys, there was a very big trouble and drama that happened in court, in Nnamdi Kanu's court, today being 28th day of May 2025. I'm going to break it down on what happened. That the court, the presiding judge being Omotosha, had to say how to order a trial within a trial, because Nnamdi Kanu said that he was compelled under duress to write a statement. The DSS witness said it's a lie that Nnamdi Kanu voluntarily wrote a particular statement that indicted him, where he accepted a lot of things. Nnamdi Kanu said it's a lie that when he was arrested, that they made him and forced him to actually, accept those things. I'm going to break it down for you to see the Itodoba argument. So when the argument was happening, the presiding judge, Bino Motosho, had to say enough is enough. That in order to determine whether Nnamdi Kanu, did this under duress or not, that a trial within a trial must actually be carried out in the court. And today, what happened in court was what we call a trial within a trial. Let me break it down for you so you could see what happened. Follow me through. Now, for the sake of those who doesn't know what a trial within a trial means, now look at what is written on your screen. That a trial within a trial is a legal procedure used in criminal trials, particularly in jurisdictions like Nigeria, where a confessional statement, being a statement made by the accused admitting to a crime, is tendered as an evidence. It is essentially a mini trial within the main trial, designed to specifically determine whether the confessional statement was made voluntarily or involuntarily. So it's just like a trial within a trial, where the evidence, where the accused admitted to committing a crime, to ascertain if the accused admitted it based on duress or probably voluntarily. Now let's move ahead to what happened today. Now, when the case started, the federal government presented their witness. This is their third witness, and the name of the particular witness, is CCC, and this is witness 3. Now, he swore an oath and began his testimony. This witness came to testify against Nnamdi Kanu and all that. Then Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will question and interrogate him. So when the witness, swore an oath and began his testimony, he said, I worked with the DSS. He told the court, I have served for 27 years. I know the defendant, Nnamdi Kanu. He is the founder and leader of IPOB, which is classified as a terrorist organization. He also founded Radio Biafra, through which he often incited violence. Mr. CCC, being the witness that federal government court, narrated that he first encountered Nnamdi Kanu in 2015 after his arrest. He said, in his own words, he said, I was assigned to interrogate him, being Nnamdi Kanu, and I did so in the presence of 3 other officers. I informed him that his interview would be recorded, and he agreed to both audio, visual, and written statements. The video interview took place on October 21st, 2015, while the written statement was obtained on October 23rd, 2015. The prosecution then presented both the video recording and the written statement to the witness for identification. He confirmed them as authentic. Now the defense raises objection, claims statement was made under duress. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, came out and said that the statement which this DSS officer presented was made under duress, that Nnamdi Kanu, was threatened and publicly persuaded to make that particular statement, which the DSS officer wanted to tender as an evidence. He said at this point, the defense interjected. Chief Kanu Agabi's team claimed that the statement presented by the prosecution was obtained under duress. Now the defense said, my lord, our client says he was coerced. He made the statement under duress. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, became fierce and objected that particular statement that the DSS lawyer wanted to, submit, which they claimed Nnamdi Kanu made in 2015. Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer said that, my lord, our client says that he was coerced, that he made that particular statement under duress. Now the judge, being the presiding judge, Omotosho, said, are you suggesting that all 3 statements were made involuntarily, because the statement that the DSS person wanted to submit were 3. So the presiding judge said, are you suggesting that all the 3 statements Nnamdi Kanu made were made involuntarily? Can you prove it? Otherwise, this court will have to conduct a trial within trial to determine the voluntariness of these statements. So this is where the trial, within trial came in. Now the judge then directed that the defendant write down specific reasons why he considered the statements involuntary. Then the sheet of paper was handed to Nnamdi Kanu, and after a short moment, Paul Orukuro-san read the note aloud. So the presiding judge said Nnamdi Kanu should give the reason why he believed that he made that particular statement under duress. So they gave Nnamdi Kanu paper to write his reasons. Well, after writing his reasons, he gave it to his lawyer, being Paul Orukuro, to read it out. So they said Paul Orukuro narrated it out and said something. Look at what Nnamdi Kanu wrote on that particular piece of paper. Said defendant's written note. Nnamdi Kanu said, I requested, that is when he was in the DSS dungeon in 2015 when they arrested him. He said, I requested for my lawyer, and the DSS refused. The man in the dock was not the one who interviewed me. It was a certain Mr. Brown. So Nnamdi Kanu, this is one of the things Nnamdi Kanu wrote on the paper they gave to him. Got today. That this DSS official that said that he was the one that interrogated Nnamdi Kanu in 2015. Nnamdi Kanu said he was not the one. That the one that interrogated me, his name is Mr. Brown. That it is not this particular one. That he requested his lawyers and the DSS refused. Nnamdi Kanu went further to write something on that particular paper. He said, I was kept in a dungeon with only 1 hour of airtime. Mr. Brown told me if I didn't write what they wanted, I would lose that hour. I was bleeding from the nose. I wrote some things under pressure. So he was saying that the airtime they gave to him and they forced him to write some certain things because they gave him some certain condition. And apart from that, that his health condition was deteriorating at that point, that he was bleeding from the nose, that he wrote some things under pressure, probably duress then. Now the prosecution response, being Nnamdi Kanu's, being the federal government's lawyer, the prosecution response, as you can see, they said he was never beaten. The prosecution refuted the claims. The prosecution said he was not beaten or threatened. He gave those statements willingly. So now the federal government became angry, being the DSS. The prosecution team said that Nnamdi Kanu was not beaten, that he gave those statements willingly. Now to establish this, the court reclassified the same witness, being Mr. CCC, as PW1 TAA for the purpose of the trial within trial. So this is another case altogether aside the ongoing case. So they had to begin a new case, being the trial within trial. Now this is the cross-examination during the trial within trial. So they have to cross-examine this witness being the federal government witness, who is the DSS person, to know that if he truly was the one that interrogated Nnamdi Kanu, and if Nnamdi Kanu made those statements under duress. Now this is another trial inside this same trial. Now let's go ahead to see what the trial says. So this is a cross-examination during trial within trial. The prosecution proceeded to examine PW1 being TAA. So the prosecutor said, do you know the defendant? This DSS lawyer said, yes, he is the leader of IPOB. The prosecution said, do you know anyone named Mr. Brand? The DSS lawyer said, I don't recall that name. I conducted the interview with 2 other colleagues. Their names are James Ibrahim and Collins. Now the prosecution went further to say, did the defendant, being Nnamdi Kanu, request a lawyer during the interrogation? The DSS witness said, he didn't ask me for one. He only said he needed to rest. So the prosecutor said, was he in solitary confinement? The DSS witness said, I am not aware of that. In fact, in the video, he was given bottled water, not even sachet water. So I am not surprised by these claims. So the prosecutor said, did he complain of ill health? The witness said, I am not a doctor. Being the DSS witness said, I am not a doctor, but he didn't say anything about being sick. The prosecutor went further to say something. Did you force him or put words into his mouth or in his mouth? The DSS witness said, not at all. He made the statements willingly and even seemed relaxed. So the prosecutor said, did you instruct him to write anything about former President Jonathan? The witness said, no, my lord, that's not true, and we have the video to prove that. So the prosecution said, may we play the video, my lord? The judge said, not yet. This is still a trial within trial. Let us stay within the process. So they want to put the video of the interrogation between this with DSS witness with Nnamdi Kanu to see what really transpired since that particular 2015. You know, like I said, it was really, really intense in court today. So please, you guys should pay attention to see the interrogation that happened in 2015. If Nnamdi Kanu truly made those statements under duress. Now, the video is being played, the video of the interrogation of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, let us go ahead. So, Nnamdi Kanu to his interviewers in that 2015, to the DSS interviewers who were interrogating, he said, you people are the custodians. This is what Nnamdi Kanu was telling those DSS officers then. He said, you people are the custodians of the law, yet you are the ones breaking the law. This is the third time I am making statements without my lawyer. The law says I am entitled to a lawyer, but you have consistently denied me one. Record me and let the whole world be there. Let the whole world hear it that I am making yet another statement without my lawyer. Even if you point a gun at me, I will still say the truth. I was the first person to organize the rally against Boko Haram in London in 2007. You have denied me access to my lawyer. You are no more a law enforcement agents. You are a lawbreaker. This is the first video has ended. Now the next video about to be played. Now this is the first video of the interview between Nnamdi Kanu and DSS. You know, Nnamdi Kanu said he made those statements under duress. You could see him from this particular video. You know, the court does not work with emotions, it works with evidence. You could see Nnamdi Kanu on this particular video that is being played, telling the DSS officers or interviewers that this is the first time or this is the third time he's making statement without his lawyer. That is, you know, he has the right to have a lawyer before making any statement, which is what the law, you know, permits. So if you don't allow him to make a statement with his lawyer, it means it could be interpreted as he was making those statements, or he made those written statements under duress, which is what he told that particular presiding judge. Now look at what the presiding judge. Now the second interview, the second video of his interview with the DSS in 2015 is not being played. Now the interviewer, the DSS interviewer said, "How are you?" Nnamdi Kanu said, "I am not fine." The interviewer said, "What's IPOB?" Nnamdi Kanu answered. The interviewer said, "What's the duty of IPOB?" Nnamdi Kanu answered, mentioning that the Biafra territory, the states involved, and mentioned that no state is under compulsion to join the IPOB. Now the judge has asked that the video be fast forwarded to save time so that the third video will be played. Meanwhile, the judge said, listen to what the presiding judge, Bin Omotosha, said after he heard the first video of the interrogation of Nnamdi Kanu, where Nnamdi Kanu was complaining that he was making statements without his lawyer, that he needs a lawyer and all that. So the presiding judge said, I heard him mentioning repeatedly that his lawyer wasn't there, that he needed to speak with his lawyer. So I will look into that alongside the involuntariness. You know, it is like I told you guys, the law does not work with sentiments or emotions. If we saw Nnamdi Kanu in that particular video making a statement that he needs a lawyer, that this is the third time he's making a statement without a lawyer. So the presiding judge took notice of that and said that he will consider it before he give a ruling on the involuntariness of that particular statement, which he said that he made under duress. So the court now went on recess. So I'm going to be bringing you important updates. So just click on the notification button, subscribe to our channel, because I'm going to drop more updates after this particular video when I get more, you know, information from the court. Remember, the court refused to televise this particular court session, so we are getting our information bit by bit. So subscribe to be getting more important updates.